Rebounding is booming right now, and it's bigger than ever, bigger than it has been in the 80s. There are so many models out there. And in today's video, I would like to compare two of the most popular rebounders out there. The Bellicon, which is the Ferrari of the rebounders, and the Becan, which is more of an affordable option. I tested both of them, and I want to compare these different metrics so that you can make an informed decision if you're also looking to invest into one of my favorite sports toys, the Rebounder. Let's get into it. All right, so we're gonna test how easy it is to build up this trampoline. You get warranty, that's always nice. I don't want to break anything. Right, here we go. So now we got the frame.
5 minutes later.
All right, so I couldn't get the frame figured out, so I have to ask Gabriel for help. So I already did that, but then you need to secure it.
Oh yeah, we need to pin. We need to pin.
So the setup of the Becan, I would say, is a little bit more complicated and complex than of the Bellicon. It's not as smooth. However, I will say it's quite fast, and it's also very easy to put the bungees on because they also give you a tool that you can use to put the bungees on. The Bellicon, on the other hand, it's very simple, straightforward. I didn't even use the manual much to set it up. However, it takes a little bit more time. Also, putting on the bungees can be a little bit harder depending on which bungee strength you use. And that also brings me to the last point that I want to mention about the Bellicon setup. Before you order the Bellicon, there are so many customization options, so it can be a little bit more tricky to find out which model exactly to pick. That's why I also made an entire video where I show and give some recommendations for setting up your Bellicon like a pro. And by the way, as you probably know, it's Black Friday right now, and both the Becan and the Bellicon have a huge Black Friday sale right now. So I have both those rebounders linked inside my product guide in the link in the description box and pinned comment. It is one day later. I waited with testing the rebounder till today because I wanted you to see my reaction. So I've been a Bellicon user, which is the Ferrari of the rebounders, for quite a while now, so I'm excited to see if the Becan can hold up with the standard of the Bellicon. Yeah, I'm liking it. I honestly have to say it's not too different to the Bellicon. So personally, maybe you don't have as much of like a soft falling when you use the rebounder, but I would still say that the experience that you have when jumping on it is very similar. All right, so I've been testing the Becan for some time now, and I can definitely say that it's a very nice experience for what you're paying. It's a little bit less smooth as the Bellicon, and it also sometimes can be not as bouncy, a little bit more abrupt, but it's still really, really fun and beneficial. And also, usually it takes a little bit of time, of course, till the rebounder gets the smoothness. So I think over time, the Becan will be also really, really great. But definitely the Bellicon, it's very smooth, it's very bouncy, you have a soft landing, it's so much fun. But again, like, both are great, and still Bellicon definitely wins the prize here for the bounce and the feel. The next factor I would like to look at is the aesthetics. So the Becan, I think, looks very basic and nice, versus the Bellicon. I know it's just the looks, right? Who cares about the looks? But personally, I really love the look of the Bellicon so much. Like, even just looking at it makes me so happy and excited to jump on it. And yeah, I personally really think that the products we use, when they look nice, when they excite us, we're more likely to use them, and we also just have such a nice experience when we use them. So yeah, I think it's very pretty. You can customize the colors so that you get really excited, and also the Bellicon just looks like way more high quality than the Becan. So that's just important to mention. Of course, you also pay more than 5 times as much as for the Becan. But yeah, the next one is the stability. I would say the Becan is quite stable. It's a tiny little bit more fragile than the Bellicon. The Bellicon is very stable. It has these very firm, strong legs. And then the last factor to look at is the price. And yeah, the Bellicon, as I mentioned many times before, is the Ferrari of the Rebounders. It's probably, I think, the most expensive one on the market, but it is also the most high quality, most legit one. It's produced in Switzerland. They have their factory there. They do everything like super perfect, you know how we Germans and Switzerland people like to do it. And yeah, the Becan, it's definitely a factory product which is produced on bigger masses. That's why it's also cheap. Right now there's a Black Friday sale. You can get it for about $100. And yeah, the Bellicon on the other hand, it's a tiny little bit more expensive on the like higher side. So usually starts around $700, but also Bellicon has a huge Black Friday sale right now, 20% off. You can scan this QR code and use my code. You'll get another $20 off. So that's really great. And they also ship you free socks. If you assemble it yourself, you get worldwide free shipping. So definitely, if you've ever been thinking about getting a rebounder, now is your time. It's Black Friday. It's always a great time to buy the things we've been thinking about buying for some time. I'm sure you're absolutely gonna love rebounding. You're gonna love having that rebounder in your house. I believe everyone should own one. Even if you just jump on there 3 minutes a day, it's so great for the lymphatic system, so great for the body. If you wanna hear all the amazing benefits that I have experienced from using Rebounders, be sure to check out my rebounding playlist here. I got a ton more studies and research and just my own experience in these videos. And yeah, other than that, I really hope you take advantage of these great deals. The links are in the description box in my product guide. And I hope to see you in my next video. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.